So, good day everyone. In this video, I will address a Supreme Court case regarding Republic Act number 10175, which is also referred to as the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. So, it is called the case of People of the Philippines against Jumerito S. Soliman and decided on April 25, 2023 by the Supreme Court. So, in this video, I will discuss the content of the case, the facts of the case, the issues addressed, the ruling of the Supreme Court, and the lessons or learnings that we can take out of this case. Such a discussion will make us more familiar with the application of the law to acts on the internet, particularly within the social media. So, for the first question, what is the case all about? So this is a libel case brought about online. So in the internet, libel occurs when an individual writes and publishes statements over the internet. For example, like on Facebook or other social media platforms. So this is likely to cause harm to the name or reputation of another person. So although they are said on the internet, it does not mean that the law does not consider them serious crime. So, Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 or RA 10175 punishes online libel. So, this legislation was developed to tackle those crimes that are committed through the use of computers, the internet, and social medias. So in this case, the key question is whether an individual caught guilty of online libel must necessarily be sent to jail or the court can issue a fine only. The question is significant as nowadays a great number of people use the social media. So our online posting may lead to legal proceedings, and this case will help to shed some light on how the courts um, ought to deal with the online libel proceedings. So for the next question, the facts of the case. So Jumerito S. Soliman left messages on Facebook in January 2018. So in one of their posts, he implicated Waldo R. Carpio, who was by then an assistant secretary of the Department of Agriculture in corruption. He is alleged that Carpio postponed his import license. So due to this post in Facebook, Saliman was accused of libel online. So this was filed in the regional trial court in Quezon City. So the post on Facebook and the evidence provided before the trial were reviewed by the court. So upon the examination of it all, the court decided that Soliman was guilty of libel online beyond reasonable doubt. So the court, however, fined Soliman 50,000 pesos instead of taking him to jail. So the court went by a Supreme Court rule to give judges the option of um, a fine over imprisonment in libel cases depending on the circumstances. So Soliman did not oppose the move. So he failed to appeal the case and paid the fine at once. So the decision was later challenged by the people of the Philippines, though their representative was the Office of the Solicitor General. They stated that since libel through the internet attracts a heavier sentence, as stipulated in RA 10175, the court ought to have given them prison but not a fine. Due to this dispute, the case was taken to the Supreme Court. So for the next question, what are the issues on the case? So the following are the important questions that were presented to the Supreme Court. So to begin with, does a court have the authority to only impose a fine in cases of libel on the internet in accordance with RA 10175? So second, was it a grave error that the trial court made by refusing to sentence the offender to imprisonment? Third, is it possible to apply the current rules of fine instead of jail even in the case of cybercrime? So these matters are significant as they influence the manner in which libel cases in the internet will be determined in the future. So for the next question, what is the ruling of the Supreme Court? So the petition presented by the people of the Philippines was denied by the Supreme Court. So the court decided that RA 10175 does not need incarceration in every libel suit of online nature. So there is still the option of a fine or imprisonment even when the law raises the penalty. This is still at the discretion of the courts. So according to the Supreme Court, the law gives the option of other penalties. That is, the court may be given the option of either imprisonment or a fine. So the court also indicated that the trial court had not abused discretion on a grave level. So the 50,000 fine was not unlawful and not out of the permitted limit. More so, the Supreme Court affirmed that the rule that gives judges the options of giving a fine in place of imprisonment is applicable in online libel cases. So finally, the court also stated that because Soliman has already paid the fine and the judgment was final, the penalty can no longer be raised, so it would be a contravention of the exclusion of the rule of double punishment. So for the last question, what are your takeaways from this case? So there are a numbers of lessons that we can learn out of this case. So to begin with, online libel is a factual crime. So a threat or an offensive utterance when posted on the internet may result in a lawsuit. So secondly, online libel does not necessarily go to jail. It is not that courts cannot impose a fine because they feel it is just. So third, judges are free to make decisions, and it appears to mean that they can determine the right penalty depending on the case. So fourth, this case teaches us the need to be responsible on social media. So when we post something on the internet, we um, need to think before we post something. So finally, this case demonstrates that the law defends not only the freedom of expression, but also the right of people defending their reputation. So in conclusion, the GR number 256700 can teach us how the law is applicable to the online activities. So that the lesson that this case has taught us is that although social media is a part of our lives, the law still governs what we say and post on our own online media. So posts made online may damage others, as well as cause severe legal consequences. Simultaneously, the case demonstrates that courts are keen in making decisions and on punishments. So they do not necessarily decide to be imprisoned. As an alternative, they take into consideration justice and the situation of the case. So the rights of the accused are as well preserved by this decision as the finalized case cannot be reopened to add more punishment. So in general, this case teaches us that freedom is a responsibility. We are at liberty to post our opinions on the internet, but in a respectful and honest manner. So that's it. Thank you for watching.